Mr. President, the problem in Syria has assumed dimensions which are not only regrettable, but are condemnable. We have to understand that while we have made civilization, we have also condoned words like collateral damage and so many others, which is not my intention to name here today. But I believe we accept too much too easily. Reminds me of 1,000, 2,000 years ago, Pontius Pilate washing his hands and saying, "I have nothing to do with this." And 2,000 years later, we still see humanity suffers that particular point. Pakistan had some serious concerns, mainly against killings and massacre of innocents, but also on a point of principle of the Charter. We were not happy about any infringement of sovereignty or integrity of Syria. There was a very spirited attempt, as related by Mark just now as well, to take care of issues and concerns, and we're thankful for that. I believe that it became important to be able to end killings by asking both sides, and in fact forcing both sides, that it is not acceptable, and that was a strong moral point that the Arab League draft introduced into this. There was a question of amnesty, and I believe it was an accepted fact that everyone has to get into it to stop it. Don't forget, nothing succeeds anywhere in the world against the government without external help. That is a point of history which cannot be ignored. It is easy for those of us who voted today in majority to sit back and say, well, we've done our bit. No, we haven't. We cannot wash our hands off this. We must continue and seek, as the Russian and the Chinese have stated, continue to seek the way forward. And I would believe the best vehicle would be the Arab League plan and the very substantial moves that have been accepted over the last few days. I believe that the offer of no regime change or plurality and the promotion of democracy are important aspects of this situation, and we have stood by that. I believe that even today our system has indeed let us down, but then we have been very clear, without taking political benefit out of it, that this aspect of veto is always a heart-wrencher. And both ways, it cuts itself and lets the other one for the moment, the other side, be beneficial. Either everyone should have the veto and then see how the world gets on, or perhaps we should all consider not using it whatsoever. I think that we've also got to a situation that we will have to continue. We will have to persevere. And I believe that we will have to help further strengthening of relationships. Today, in our decision, it mattered a great deal that our Arab brethren who have been so important to us, that we had to take a strong principle, stand with them, because they wanted it pretty unanimously. And I had raised the question a couple of days earlier. I do not see Tunisia, Egypt, others that are such strong proponents of this. And I'm glad to see that did happen. That's a great plus point in my mind. With a few words reminding that all this was done by good intentions on all sides. I'm not going to take a stick to beat anyone with. I believe consensus was achieved. There were some dropouts of it. I believe we can still work towards that consensus. There is a visit to Syria. In the next few days, I'm sure that some more points may arise. This matter should not be allowed to die. It should remain, this resolution, as an active matter before this Council, and that we should go to it again as soon as is possible with the help of those who even decided today not to vote for it, so that being active, we would give hope to those who are expecting it from us. Having said these few things, and to keep the engagement alive, I thank you for giving me this opportunity, Mr. President.